All right, so today's webinar is going to be about creating a new blog with our Sababuilder application. And so let me just go ahead and run over there, and y'all just holler. I'm not going to mute the thing. It sounds really good. I don't hear any extra background noise or anything. Okay, can y'all see this Sababuilder screen over here?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. All right.
Now I see it, yep.
Okay.
I just told Kathy, so Kathy's probably fixing to get on.
Okay. Well, we are recording this two different ways, so I have a backup just in case the Sababuilder application didn't record properly. But anyway, I'm just going to talk about Sababuilder just for a second because it has really helped our business. And you know what? I am going to go ahead and mute the lines here real quick. So if y'all have any questions, there should be a little Q&A box, and I'll try to keep an eye on that, okay? All right. Okay. Sababuilder is an application that's outside of Saba. It's a third-party application, but it's been so helpful to so many of us for our businesses. And basically, it does so many things, but basically for me, what it does is it just makes it easier to enroll people, honestly. You know, we could send people to our Saba for Life site to enroll. I know that the company is working on, you know, making the process a little bit more user-friendly, but I'm telling you, if you send people to your Sababuilder site to enroll as a preferred customer or an associate, it's so easy. It's just a one-page form, and I'll go ahead and show you all what that looks like. I'll show you all mine. Mine is appetitecontrol.sababuilder. Oh, you know what? It goes to a landing page. Let me go ahead and show you all the landing page. You can set it up to go to a landing page where appetite control pills. If somebody see, this is the landing page. You can choose to have this or not, but the cool thing is when somebody comes to your Sababuilder site and they fill this in, you get an email that tells you that they came to visit your site. And usually what I do is when I get that email that somebody's in there looking around, I'll shoot them an email like right then. And I'll just have, you know, my little special or whatever I have, you know, for whether they're enrolling as a preferred customer or an associate. And usually if they're inside the site and they get that email right then, next thing you know, I'll get a little thing that says that they've enrolled. So that's just my strategy. But once you're in there, let me go ahead and go. This is what the form looks like, you guys. And I don't know. I'm gonna unmute y'all and see what the thing sounds like in case y'all have any questions. All right. Okay. Everybody's unmuted. Okay, but this is the form, and it makes it so easy. And Lisa, I know you're on here, and I know that you have had incredible success with the Sababuilder application. But do you maybe want to say a couple of words about it just from your perspective?
Well, yeah, I really think it's a fantastic tool. I personally use the landing page. I know we talked about before how sometimes you can unselect having the landing page and then it goes right to what you want them to see right away, but I personally leave the landing page on because I like to collect their personal information. Almost 90% of the people actually put in their real name and their email addresses, so you have some contact information that you can get back to them and like you said, shoot a personal email right away. Of course, they get the series of emails that are generated from the Sababuilder. Every now and then, maybe about every 6 months, I go in my own Sababuilder website as if I was a customer, just clicking in my own name and email address because I like to be reminded of what the actual automated emails say,
Yeah.
and kind of see what the other people are seeing. I know there for a long time it was old stuff and they weren't updating it, so it wasn't, it was kind of frustrating that they weren't really sending what I would have been sending. But I know a lot has changed, so that's why I say maybe about every 6 months I re-go in again just to see exactly what it is that the customers are seeing. So, I mean, at this point right now, the way it's set up is fantastic, and it's a great tool, and it's definitely worth the investment for your business.
It absolutely is. Thank you, Lisa. It's $1 for the first month, you guys, and then after that, it's only for the professional version. It's only $19.95 a month. But it's not only just this. It's also, I mean, look at this. There is a ton of information here. So you could send somebody, if somebody wanted to have more information about ACE, of course you could talk to them about it, but theoretically you could just send them to this page and they could read more about it, and everything. But all the products are in here, and then you just click on the, the little Get Started. And so this one is for an associate or a preferred customer to enroll. And you see they can choose which starter kit they want, and you click on here, and it'll tell you, what all's in the starter kits that they can get. And they just choose it, then they just choose their monthly auto ship. If they're an associate, they can choose whether or not they want the Sababuilder marketing system. And I think it used to, when you checked preferred customer, it would also have the Sababuilder marketing thing checked, and that was bad because, by very definition, a preferred customer is someone that's not particularly interested in selling ACE right away. So they probably wouldn't be interested in that. So Terry talked to them and had it so that when you check preferred customer, it just automatically unchecks the Sababuilder marketing system. And you see it's just one page. It is just the easiest thing in the world. And then what happens is once they submit this this order here, it goes into like a holding area within the Sababuilder. And then what we do is we take that information and we go ahead and enroll them on the Saba for Life site. And of course, at first, I was like, well, why don't they just, go ahead and enroll them somewhere? But then, as I learned more, as we all, are learning, or we learn more about our business every day. But in particular, with regard to entering new enrollments, we want to be able to enter them in, okay, because there's a certain strategy to where you place people on your tree, right? I mean, you could set your Saba for Life to automatically go to your right leg or left leg or weak leg or whatever. But I like being able to choose exactly where we put those people, so it works perfectly the way it works right now. Goes into a holding area. We then take that information, put it into Saba for Life, and then, the company ships out their order just, as they normally would. But, y'all, this is a wonderful application. Okay. It also has email capability. It keeps track of all the contacts that come through your landing page, and you can also manually put contact information in there. But if you want to learn more about what the Sababuilder does, there's a great training video that the company had created, and it's at sababuildertraining.com, okay? And what it is it's just a video that was created a few years ago, but it has, it's the guy from the Sababuilder company, and he's just sort of going through everything. Here it is right here. He's just sort of going through everything. So, of course, it's not going to have anything about the blogs on it because those are brand new, but that's why we're doing this webinar right now. But I did want to go ahead and just tell y'all a little bit about Sababuilder because, like Lisa said, it is absolutely worth the money to pay that every month. And they have a step higher than the $19.95 one that costs about $50 a month, and that's the one that I have, and that's the one that will allow you to be able to do webinars and have conference calls and stuff like that. So, and it probably does a lot of other things that I haven't had a chance to even look at. But, so when your team gets bigger and you want to start having your own conference calls and webinars, you just upgrade it. And then another advantage to having the Premier, I think is what they call it, is that, if you have a problem with Sababuilder in any way, if you're at the professional level, they do support via email, whereas the preferred people, or the Premier people rather, you get to call them. they'll take your call. So I kind of like that. All right. So does anybody have any questions here initially about the Sababuilder system at all? I think that everybody that's on the call probably is familiar with it. So let's go ahead and go into our blogs because this is very exciting.
Deb.
Yes.
Deb, I just asked a question. Or I just made a comment.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
I have the lines unmuted, so you go ahead and ask it, Tier.
Oh, okay. Here is why the Sababuilder is so incredible to have. If, whenever you register, say that you're going to register your husband, okay? It's very important that your husband is underneath you. It's very important. So same with other people. If they register and then they want their husband, if you want to stick people together so that they're all kind of in the same tree or, above each other, that is why we love Sababuilder. If you don't have Sababuilder and people just say register somehow through the Saba for Life site, say they click on the Saba 60 or whatever, then the computer automatically registers people wherever on your tree. And you have denoted there in the in your Saba for Life, in your website there. If you want people to be, if people do register, if you want them to be on your left side, your right side, or your weak side. I don't like that I don't like that the system just puts people wherever because you want them to be stuck together. And if you have Sababuilder, you could do that, easily.
Right. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. So this is the back office of Sababuilder, okay? And then in order to access the blog area, you just go to my website and then my Saba blog. Okay, and then when you first go in, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set up your profile, okay? So you can set up a custom website address. And this could be anything that's not taken, okay, and it'll holler at you if it's taken or not. But mine, is aceangeldeb.mysabanews.com. And it can be the same as your Saba for Life site, or it could be different. Mine happens to be different, just whatever you want it to be, all right? And then go ahead and save changes. And I'm thinking if it's a name that somebody already has, that you will then get a error message of some sort, and, you'll have to pick another one, all right? Then you want to add your photo, and this was kind of tricky. So what you have to do is go in there, and then you have to pick. Here we go. When you first upload the photo from your computer, you have to drag and let it know exactly where you want, like what you want to show. You know what I mean? So, that was kind of tricky, but you'll get the hang of it. Okay, and then just save selection. All right, and then this is really, really neat how they've done this About Me. What it is it has some fields here, and you just it just asks you, you put in whatever it is that you want, the answers to these questions, and then what it is they have some pre-approved verbiage from the company that will kind of fills in the blanks with this information. So let me go ahead and I'll show you what that looks like, because even the About Me. Everything in the blog, whether it's the About Me or your blog post, it has to be approved by the company, which I think is a great thing, because we want to make sure that the company doesn't get into, any trouble legally by anything that anybody would say on a blog post, and we want to make sure that we don't get in trouble. So I am just absolutely thrilled that they're taking the time to do that for us. This is huge, you guys. Okay, so here's the About Me. Right. See, so this is the verbiage that was provided by the company, and you can see it just kind of filled in the blanks with my information in here, which is neat. I mean, it's beautiful. It's professional verbiage, and I absolutely love it. But if you want to, you are able to override that. You can put your own stuff in here, and where you would do that is in this area underneath all the little fields. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this is the same little text editor that they have within the blog post. And after spending a couple of days now playing around with this, there is something that I'm going to give you as a tip that is going to save you a lot of frustration, because I had frustration, especially in the blog post. I kept, like, I'd be working, in here, typing stuff out and putting pictures in and doing all this stuff and making it be perfect, like when you're working on a Word document or what have you. And then I'd go to save it, and it bounced me back to the front page of Sababuilder, and I lost all the stuff that I was doing. And I do not want that to happen to anyone, so I'm going to give you all a suggestion, okay? Whether you're creating your very own About Me profile here, which, the one that the company has given us doesn't have any pictures except for, our little profile picture here. But theoretically, if you were to create your own About Me profile, you could, like if you've lost a significant amount of weight, you can put your own. I'm going to use this again. You can put your own before and after pictures in there, and talk about your journey, and that's just in the you just want to tell everybody about you, and that's what this is for, and I'm so happy to see her. But here's what we want to do, you guys. All right, what I suggest is, hopefully everybody has a copy of Microsoft Word. It's pretty standard. Most people do. Any Word editor or any kind of document editor is gonna work. But y'all, go ahead and create your blog or your About Me profile or whatever in Microsoft Word first, okay? In Microsoft Word, hopefully everybody, is familiar with, in Microsoft Word, you can add colors, you can put in pictures, you can put in hyperlinks and stuff, although you don't really have to do that in Word. But the main thing is, what I would do is just take this and create it in Word first, because I'll show you how easy it is to take this, and then you can just copy and paste it into the blog post. And then guess what? If something happens and, you get logged out for whatever reason, I have, of course, told them about that, because that's kind of a big thing. But anyway, then you have a copy of it, okay? And you won't lose all that work and start crying and everything. Because it's, of course, we all want it to be perfect, and we want the words to be perfect and everything. If you create it in Word first, then you'll have a backup copy in case anything like that happens, all right? So let's go ahead. And did y'all have any questions about me? Christy has a question. Let me see. If you create a blog, my suggestion, is to do it in Word first instead of in the blog, because if marketing wants you to change something, they delete it. Good point. You don't get to edit it, and if you don't have it saved elsewhere, you will lose it. Good point, Christy. All right. So anyway, that's a good point. I have y'all unmuted if anybody has any questions about the About Me section. Once you complete this and submit it and save changes, it'll be sent to marketing, and they will have to approve it before it says approved. It'll say pending, and they've been, pretty fast about it. I think the main things that they're looking for in these blog posts are just to make sure that we don't make product claims, right? That we don't make income claims. And I'm not aware of anything else that they're specifically looking for. So y'all just, I'm sure we'll keep y'all posted if there are other things that we're not able to do. But that's right now, that's what they're looking for from what I understand. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and let's create a new blog post. All right. Go ahead and you just click on Create New Post. There are a couple of suggestions that I had sent to them. The first thing is, let me show you all mine. All right. So this is mine. And basically, right now, I don't know. I have submitted another one to be approved, but they haven't approved it yet. So I don't know how they're going to do this, as far as if it's just going to be one big, long, line, like when we have 2 or 3 blog posts, they'll all be on the same page. I don't know. It doesn't look to me like you're able to go to individual blog posts, which I think personally is a very, very important thing, because, if somebody well, using mine as an example here, if somebody wants to know how much ACE costs, theoretically, if this had its own page, you could then just send them directly to this page, right? And rather than if they're all jumbled up together, that would be bad, I think, because there's not, doesn't look like there's a way to search through them. And, as much as we'd like for everybody to read every single blog post that we have, most people are looking for specific information. So to me, that's a big deal. So they are working on that. Another thing that I'd like to see is the ability to be able to categorize these, because what I plan on talking about in the blogs is, obviously I want to get, the main stuff out of the way, like, how they can buy it, the different ways. Because, you guys, we have a lot of websites out there. I mean, there's we've got our Sababuilder, our Sababuilder site, which has several different pages that you can send people to directly. Like, for instance, there's a separate enrollment page if they're going to enroll with Sabatrim Pro. So, it's not like you can just send them just to the main enrollment page because there are two different pages going on there. And also, I want to talk about our events because I want to tell everybody how fabulous our events are. I mean, we post the pictures on Facebook and all that kind of stuff, but we don't really get to tell them, how we felt during it and how fun it was and how great it is to get to meet all the people in Saba. And I mean, we do not get to talk about that in Facebook. And if we did, it would get lost in the all the scrolling and all that, and you wouldn't be able to send people to it to take a look at it, at the information. Another thing, of course, I want to talk about in these blogs is, oh my gosh, how fabulous it is to be a distributor. I mean, we can't make income claims, but that's okay. I mean, we can talk about, from our perspective, you guys, I mean, just about everybody I know that's with Saba is extremely passionate, not just about, making money. They're passionate about being able to share these products with everybody. They're passionate about, being able to help stay-at-home moms stay home with their kids. I mean, we have so many fabulous things that we need to share with people, and that is exactly what this blog is going to do. If we're on a weight loss journey, what a perfect place, I mean, if you have the nerve to put your before pictures up here, I think people will admire that. And then, Danny had made a little comment. She was, she said, oh, this is so neat, to be able to go through these blog posts because I'm getting to know everybody better. And then full on immediately I wrote her back and I was like, yes, and guess what? Our customers are going to get to know us better too, which is a great thing. And, now, since all of us are going to, have all this great information about Saba and being a distributor and our events and all that stuff out there on the Internet, now it'll start just saturating the search results, and we're just this is going to be just a huge thing for our company. Another thing that I've been talking to Danny about is the ability to be able to share these blog posts on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which is so hot right now, Pinterest, Google+, all of these places. I mean, Facebook is great and everything, but I don't know, there are some other really, really great social media sites out there that, especially Instagram, that are just doing great. So, we do want to be able to share these blog posts with people. So that's another reason why we need to have, individual pages for these. Y'all can tell how excited I am about these games. All right, so we went into new blog posts. All right, so see, it tells you everything, has to be compliant with our policies, and, that it's going to be in pending status until corporate has a chance to take a look at it and approve it. And my first one that I posted, what did I do? Oh, I had a thing about I started sending out the ACE ingredients, and they wanted to know what that was. So they're just making sure that what we're doing is exactly right. So I just went and I fixed that little thing, and then they approved it, and then it was posted live. So what I would do, y'all, like I said, is in Word, go ahead and create your blog post, okay? And you don't have to put the pictures in it right now, but just have it somewhere, especially the words. Just go ahead and do that. And then watch what you can do. Okay, so this is one that I actually have that they're approving right now. But watch what you can do. You just copy all this, okay, and then bring it over to your little text editor thing here, and then check out this little button right here. It's got a little W on it. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. In the recording, I'll zoom in on this. But you just click on that, and it'll say, okay, well, depending on what your security settings are in your computer. But I'm just going to go ahead and paste that in there. And look at this. See, the pictures didn't show up, and we'll get to that in a second. But see, it copied all of the bolding. It copied all of the everything. So that's what I would do if I were y'all. If I were y'all. Okay, now once you get it in there, what you're going to want to do, honestly, is click this little Save This Post as a Draft. I will publish it later. And click Save Post, and get in the habit of doing that all the time. And, I hate to, keep on saying this, but y'all, seriously, I just don't want y'all to get upset because you lose your, the stuff that you're working on. So, and then all you have to do is just go back in there and edit it. Now, let me just sort of go through these little buttons right here, okay? Because this text editor, I am so impressed with it. I mean, y'all, we can do so many things and make our blog posts so beautiful, and we don't have to know any of the coding. We don't have to know any HTML. We don't have to know any of that stuff, and it's very difficult to learn, too, all that HTML. Trust me, you do not want to go into that world. So everything, you can do it through this little editor here. So let me just show you some of the stuff that you can do. All right, this is just paste, obviously, and then paste as plain text you would use if you grab this from somewhere and you don't want it to paste the formatting of this. You want it to match the formatting that's in, your blog post. And some of these you won't use and some of them you will, but I just kind of want to go through them, okay. This one right here is a spell check, which is kind of neat. These buttons right here are an undo is the one on the left, and then a redo is the one on the right. And these are just standard, word processing things. Okay, this next one right here, this is the one you use if you want to put a link in, okay? And I have some links in here, so let me just show you how you do that. Okay, this is one that goes to directly to my Sababuilder enrollment form for ACE, okay? And so one thing is, you guys, with these links, the whole point of a blog is to be able to communicate and make things as easy as you can for your customers, okay? Whether it's getting information, whether it's, enrolling, whether it's ordering, we just want to make it as simple as possible. And putting these links in it is a big part of it, right? So this says you can register as an authorized distributor, join our Fantastic Angels team, and start selling Saba Ace or our new Saba Trim Pro or Extreme 5000 right away. So I wanted to link this Saba Ace to my Sababuilder site, right? So all you do is you just copy the, highlight the text, right? And then you have to get the link you have to get the hyperlink that you want to put in there. So the one I used is the one for my Sababuilder. So I don't send them through I'm not going to send them through the landing page and all that. That's your decision. You can if you want to. I'm not going to in this particular case. So see, here's where it is, and I just copied it. So I have the whole entire URL. So here you just highlight the text that you want to hyperlink, okay? And then you just put a link thing right here. And see, then it gives you a chance. I already have this one in here. But when it comes up, it'll be blank, and you just paste it in there. To paste, you're going to want to learn the keyboard shortcut, which is, I think most of us are on a PC rather than a Mac. But it's Control, and then you hold down the Control key with like your left pinky, and then you hit the V key, and that's a keyboard shortcut for pasting. Another thing you can do is right-click. usually on most browsers, and see there's a paste there. So those are the two ways that you're going to get that URL in there, all right? And then the link type is a URL. There are other link types. Anchor in the text, I'm not even going to go over that because y'all aren't going to use that. That's kind of a complicated thing. But email is something that you will use. So let me just show y'all that real quick. Down here at the bottom of my blog post, I have my sort of signature here, all right? And so I have my email address right here. So wait till you see this. This is the coolest thing ever in this editor. What you can do with this. Okay. So the same thing. You just select the text and then you copy it, and then you come up here and you click on the link. But look what you can do with your email address. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. When you choose the link type of email from the drop-down box here, you paste in your email address, but you can also specify a message subject, so it'll be pre-filled in. So like you could go ahead and like say, I would like more information about Saba ACE. And then you can also pre-fill in message body. So you could just say, I can't, just whatever you want to put right here. So excited. Okay. So then when you click OK on that, let me see what's over here. All this stuff, y'all, you will never even have to even look at all this advanced stuff. Okay. Just click OK, and then watch this, what this does. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Usually the kind of habit that I'm getting into is every time I do something like that, I just hit Save Post. Because I want to see what it did. See, it did it. It did it right there. See, y'all just saw it. So I don't know why it does that, but it needs to stop because it is driving me insane. But as long as you know that it might happen and you're prepared for it, we'll be okay. So, because you're getting a heads up right now. All right. So just come over here. And then it was the link, and then email link, email address. I would like more info. Okay. So this is your pre-filling this from the information that the person will send in the email. So I'll show you what it looks like. So you just click OK, and then here again, I always save it. You can just go back into edit. All right, and then, so I want to see what that looked like, right? So then go ahead and click preview this post, and it'll open it up in a new window. And y'all, we're going to do these images here in a second. But I'm kind of going through the thing. All right, now check this out. Watch what happens. So you click on that email link that I just put in, and what it's going to do is it'll open up an email, whatever your email program happens to be. Mine is Gmail. And look, it pre-filled out the subject, and it pre-filled out the message body. That is really cool, y'all. That is really cool. And you don't have to do that, but it's just kind of neat. All right. So now, so that's the link. So if there is something, did y'all have any questions about links? Let me, okay, the line is unmuted. If anybody has any questions about links at all, let me just show you one more. Okay, so this one, oh, this is the one. I linked this one. I said 7 ways to make money. From the moment you're enrolled, you'll receive your very own free retail website. Okay, so this one, guess where I'm sending them? I'm sending them to my retail website so that they can take a look at it, right? This is all about communication. This is all about, letting everybody know what we have to offer and why our company and our products and our opportunity is so great. All right, now check this out. So I sent them to my website, and this happens to be my custom domain, that goes to my Saba for Life website. But you can put sabaforlife.com/ whatever your Saba website is, and of course this is the URL. And then another thing that you want to do is here under Target, always choose this one, New Window, because what that'll do is when they click on the link, it'll open up whatever that was in a new tab in whatever it is, whatever browser you're using. And that's just better, as a user experience goes, because then they don't have to try to if they start clicking around in your website and they want to go back to your blog, they don't have to keep on clicking back. They can just, close that window, and then there your blog will be up. So always choose that, okay? Let's see here. Okay, any questions about links? Because that's kind of a big thing there. Just to show you some examples of links that I have in here. So I have my little signature. It put too many lines in here. Oh, okay, so if you're in this editor and see how it looks like there's too much space in between here, the way that you make it not do that is you hit delete so it's right next to the whatever it is that you want to be on the next line. Hold down your shift key and then hit enter. See, and then it'll go down to just the next line rather than skipping it like that. Just a little FYI there for you. So, I've got my Facebook page and my personal one, business one, Pinterest, Instagram, all that stuff. All right. Okay, and then if you do have a link in here, like this one, and you want to get rid of it, because it's coded in the back end, you just click this little link with the X on it, and see, it'll just take it off. And you can tell when they're linked because they're a different color and they're underlined. And then if you want to put it back, then you just, just click the link and just put it back. Okay? All right. Now, this anchor, that was similar to the thing. You're not going to ever need to know how to do that, so don't worry about that one. Okay. Now, pictures. Okay. This took me a little while to figure out the best way to do it, because normally, on anything else that you put pictures in, I don't know if y'all have had, WordPress blog or anything like that. What they do is they let you, click the little thing. Usually you put your cursor where you want the picture to be, and then you click the little image icon, and then they'll give you a place where you can upload something from your computer, right? Well, this one didn't do that, and that's because, they don't want to have to host all of our images because images take up a lot of space, and I get that, But that's okay, because there are a lot of ways to be able to find a place where you can host your images. I had originally wanted to use Flickr, but I don't like the way they do it, because if you were to have your images in your blog hosted with Flickr, it's in their policies that you have to, like if somebody clicked on your picture, it'd have to go back to Flickr, and we don't want that, because you'll see here in some of my pictures, like this picture of Terry and I, the Join Our Angels Team picture, I wanted it to be where if they click on that, then it'll go to the enrollment form. I don't want it to go to Flickr, you know what I mean? So I looked around, and you can get the links for the pictures from Facebook and from Google Plus and stuff. But the best way I've found, the best place that I can find right now. I may change my mind, but for right now, the best place to host your images is at PhotoBucket. So I'm going to show y'all how to do that. So you just run over there, PhotoBucket, just like it sounds. Let me get a drink of water. Y'all are being so quiet. It's fabulous. Because everybody here's a pro and they know how to mute their own line. Okay. Here's PhotoBucket. And so, initially what you're going to want to do is just go to sign up if you haven't already. And then, you can just connect with your Facebook account. That's what I did. That's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and log into my PhotoBucket. And this is really, really easy, you guys. Okay, here. Log in. It sure is pretty today in Houston. I don't know how y'all's weather is across the country, but it is beautiful here. All right. Okay. So see, you get to have, let's see, It says if you get the PhotoBucket mobile app where you can create, pictures and stuff, they'll give you 8 gigs of storage, which, 8 gigs of storage, you guys, that's a lot. That is a lot. And then also with this, there's some ads that show up while you're, browsing around and stuff. I know that Terry went ahead and upgraded to the the version that doesn't show the ads. Terry, are you there? How much is that? Terry. Okay. She said it's 99 cents a month or $10 a year. It's $10 a year, and you don't have to have all these ads, so I'm probably going to cough that up. All right. Okay, so here's my library, the stuff that I already have uploaded. You see, and I've got, all Saba, graphics and stuff. This was the screenshot of my retail site. Show you that. And, here's a good tip for y'all. Terry learned this one, and I tell you what, she really learned it. I don't know if y'all know how to take screenshots. Sometimes it comes in really, really handy, especially if you want to, direct attention to somebody, to something on the page, or you can put, words on it or something. You know what I mean? There's a program called Snagit, and Terry is a Snagit Pro, and all you have to do, like say this is I'll just go ahead and go there. Let me go ahead and go. So I'll go to my retail site, and I was like, you know what? I want to put a picture of my retail site in my blog, right? So here it is, and all you have to do is when you have Snagit installed, and it wasn't that much. I can find out exactly. Is PhotoBucket similar to Dropbox? I don't know if you can use Dropbox for the pictures because, you know what, I can try it. I have a Dropbox. Hold on, let me see. Now I have to know. And this is great. Thank you for that, because the thing is that, okay, so share Dropbox link. Let's see what that does. I mean, they didn't give us any, instructional literature or anything. So we need to figure it out for ourselves. Okay, that's the link. So let's see what happens. Okay, there it is, Lisa. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to run over here to the Sababuilder, and I'm going to see if it works when you try to put the link in there, okay? So there it is. No, it didn't work. Now we know. It didn't work. Because otherwise the picture would show up right away, and I'll show you in a second. All right. So anyway, let me just talk about Snagit for a second. So Snagit, so you just go print screen, and then look at this. You can choose, like, wherever in here that you want to select. See that? And then watch this. It comes into this little editor here, and oh my gosh. And then you could just save this as a graphic, or you can take and you can, like, draw pictures with it, and this is kind of neat. You can put, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, how cool is that? You know what I mean? So the name of this program, again, is Snagit. And I think, since we're going to be using a blog, that's why this being able to put images in there is so important, because everybody's visual. We know that from Facebook, right? Which posts get the most likes and shares and all that and comments? The ones with the pictures. Nobody looks at the ones that are just text, right? So we need to become more, graphic and everything, and start really using the tools that we have that are free. Well, Snagit's not free, but it's pretty free. It's not that much. All right. Okay, so here I was back in, so I'm in PhotoBucket. I went to my library. I clicked on the picture that I want to add to my blog, all right? And here we go. These are some things, and I'm sure they have purposes for something, but the only one that we're concerned with is the one that says direct, right? So all you have to do is just click on this little code right here, and you don't have to do Control-C. It's the keyboard shortcut for copying. You don't have to do any of that. You just click in there, and they have it fixed, so when you just click in there, it'll automatically copy it. And then you go back over to your blog, and that's not the one. Let's just say I'll put it right here. This was the, because I pasted this from Word, so this is the placeholder. Of course, this image isn't showing up because it's from an image on my computer, and this on Sababuilder is just showing the reference from Sababuilder's perspective. So Sababuilder can't see my computer, right? So all we have to do is take this little placeholder thing and replace it with the image that's on Photobucket, okay? So just click on it and then go ahead and click on the little image icon. And then we'll paste that URL, remember, Control-V, or you can right-click and choose Paste. And then you can also put alternative text, and it's important to put that for SEO purposes. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and Google, you know, goes out and it crawls stuff and everything. So when it sees pictures that have this, what they call alt text on it, that helps with, you know, that particular image being, I'm sure that all of y'all have, you know, looked in the Google images. Well, that's how it figures out how to show those in the results. Okay. You can specify the width and height here. This particular picture isn't the same as the picture that I had in there, so I'm just going to delete that. All right. So see, this picture looks like it's going to be huge. So you can either resize it before you upload it to Photobucket, which is probably a good idea, or you can do it within here by just specifying a different width and height. So I would say the width, you want to, you know, never go any wider than 500, and this is pixels. Okay, so I'm just going to put 500 pixels, and then it should, and I'm going to do this from the very beginning. It's a different picture, that's why it's doing that. Right. So this is where I'm going to put this picture. So put my cursor right there, click the little image icon, I'm going to paste that URL, and this is, let's call this Deb Saba retail site, right? See, it went ahead and it put the width and the height in there. Well, this one's way too big. It's way too big. So let's go ahead and just put 500 as the width, and see it automatically adjusts the height so it stays in the right perspective. Okay, border, if you want to have a little border put around it, it doesn't look like they let you say what color it is, which is kind of weird, but anyway, so and this is in pixels also, so, you know, little one border is usually going to be enough there. Okay, and then the H space, what that is that's the space to the left and the right of the image. The V space is a space above and below. So let me see. I'll show you a better example of that here in a second. For the images, you can select left or right. If you select left alignment, that means that the text in your blog will wrap to the right of the image. And if you select right, that means the text will wrap around to the left of it, okay? So there's that. And then like I said, hold on one second, I have a question here. Okay, Terry said that, well, yeah, definitely. Y'all, we just want to make sure, and, you know, I mean, let's not post pictures of Clark. You know, let's go through everything that we have everywhere and just, you know, clean those out. They're making new ones for us, so let's be sure to do that. And then if you can, for sure, also make sure that you have pictures that have the new ACE logo with Saba on it. You know, I mean, it looks so pretty, and if we can, you know, let's use those. And I mean, obviously, the marketing department has to approve these first. So they're going to want us to use the most recent stuff, I believe you me. All right. So that's enough for that one. So let's go ahead and click OK. And there it is. And then, of course, here I am saving it, like I always do, and then just going back in and editing it again. And, you know, maybe that seems like it's, you know, not necessary, but trust me, it is. It really is. Okay. So here's our picture that we just put in. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, on this, I didn't put a link on it though, and you probably want to try to put a link on all your pictures if you can, because most people when they see a picture they're just going to click on it, you know what I mean? So I didn't put the link in when I inserted the picture, so it's okay. You just go ahead, and there's a couple ways to do it, but what you want to do is click on the picture and then right click, and then you can go into image properties and see here we are where we were before with the image properties where we put in the URL and the alt text and all that. So to make this picture be linkable, just go up here to link and see there's the URL again, and I'll just put my link in there so you can see. There it is. And here again, set new window, all right? And then just click OK. And then usually as I go, I test it. That's just how I am. But I'm going to go ahead and save it. See, I just automatically save it. You'll get real fast at that. You really, really will. Okay, so here it is. So then we'll preview the post. View. Okay, there it is. Isn't it pretty? I just love pictures. Okay, and the border around it is red. And there is a way where we can change these colors and stuff, but we really don't need to worry about that. I mean, they have the color scheme, all set up all nice and pretty, so we just don't need to worry about that. But this is the picture I just put in, and now watch. When I click it, what does it do? It opens my retail website in a new window, exactly like we wanted it to do, okay? So let me go back in there. All right, this is a picture. So, okay, so if you make your blog post in Microsoft Word, you copy and paste it into the new blog post here, and there's like this little placeholder for your image. What you could do is go ahead and go to Photo Bucket and just like go ahead and upload all your pictures that you're going to be using in your blog. And then that way, whenever it's time to put the actual URL in there, like we're fixing to do, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the real URL for this image here. So go here and go to your library. And this is the picture right here. So you just click on it. All right, and see, here it is direct. Boom, copied. And then I'm going to come back over here and see I just click on the image and then just right click image properties and see this is the link that it put in just from pasting it in from Word. But see how it starts out with file? That won't work. It's got to be HTTP something, okay? So just go, you can either select all this that's in there, or if you click your cursor in there, you can go Control-A on your keyboard, and that'll select it all. And then to paste, either Control-V or right-click, and then just go paste, and there it is. All right, so the alt text is join our Angels team. And see, the width is 300. That's good. And the board, let me go ahead and show you what the H space and the V space is, okay? Probably what you're going to want to do, this is the space in between the picture and the text, all right? So H space, like I said, it stands for horizontal space. So it's the space to the left and the right of the picture. So for the H space on this one, just so you can get an idea, I'll make it really big. So I'll make it be 20, and then the V space is a space above and below the picture. So I'll make that one big too so you can see. And then on this one we'll do a right alignment, okay? So then, and you can play around with this, click OK. So see how this space right here, that's the H space. So you can make that bigger if you want to, or you could make the text be tighter in. 10 is probably a good amount, I would say. 20 is kind of big, but here I'll show you the difference. So if we make this be 5, see how it came in closer there? And you want to have some white space in your blog, so there you go. All right, and then I don't know if I linked this one, so what am I going to do? I'm going to click on the image, and then right-click, and then go into Image Properties, and then look at the link, and see it's going to the right place, and it's going with the new window blank. That's exactly how you want to do it. All right, I'll just do one more image here. Okay, this is a picture of an ACE bottle, so I just need to go over to my photo bucket and get the picture of the ACE bottle. This is the one. So you just click on it and get the direct link. Oops. Copied. Come back over here. Okay, select the image, right click, image properties, and then just paste it right in there. Boom. See that? And then this I do have linked, my alt text. This I have linked. Here's where it's going. Click OK. See, isn't that easy? It's just so easy. And then, of course, I save it. Just ask Jamie again. Okay. Yeah, Terry's trying to work with Danny to make it a little bit easier for us to be able to get images from the marketing department. So, like, she was thinking if we had, like, an album of all the marketing department images, and they were numbered, and maybe we wanted to have our own name and stuff on it, that we could just say, okay, give me number 5 with, this information on it. It'd just be, it's just a communication issue. All right. So now, okay, so that's probably, you know what, y'all, that's probably like the trickiest part is this whole image part. So if anybody has any questions, the lines are unmuted. If you want to go ahead and ask them or type them in the little chat box thing here. All right. Now, the next thing is that I want to go over is the tables. And the tables are neat because it's kind of a layout thing, all right? See how I have these 3 bottles like this? I've got the bottle, and then I've got text over it, and then this is another bottle, this is another bottle. Here, I'm going to, with lightning speed, I'm going to put these other bottles in here real quick so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Lightning speed. Extreme bottle. Yeah. And then over here. I'll let y'all be thinking of questions. Okay, and then Trim Pro. There. All right. Done. Okay, and then of course I save. Y'all honestly really get in the habit of that. Okay. Anyway, y'all can tell. Okay, so the way I was able to do this so that, you have different columns of stuff here is to put in a table. And, I'm sure in Word y'all have messed around with that. And basically, it just makes it easy to be able to put information in a table format. And, it doesn't have to be pictures with text. It could be, if you wanted to put, I don't know, a spreadsheet or, who knows? I mean, who knows where all these blogs are going to go, But it's just really, really neat to be able to keep everything all lined up like this. So the way that you do that, and it's super easy, I'll just do one underneath here and show you. So you put your cursor where you want the table to be, okay? And let me just tell you, because, oh my gosh, HTML is the code that these web pages are written in. And I've been messing around with the Internet since 1995. How long is that? A long time. And back in the day, everybody used tables for everything, to lay things out, to make your page look nice. Everybody used tables. There's
some other things that are kind of more newfangled than that right now, but they're very confusing. And but good old tables are not difficult to understand, and you get to have that control over how stuff is placed in your page. So all you do is, this is the tables right here, this little icon right here. So you just click it, and then it asks you how many rows you want to have, and then how many columns you want to have. So in this one that I did, what this is 2 rows, okay, and 3 columns. That's what that is. So I'll just go ahead and do that again. But you could have it as big or as little or whatever. The width is 500. That's probably going to be good for the size of our web pages, all right? And then, so let's see. So we'll just do 2 rows and 3 columns. And then for sure, you want to make sure that initially the border size is 1, or else the code for the table will be in there, but you won't be able to see where the cells are. And y'all can ask me how I know that, because I had an issue with that, but then I figured it out. Okay. All right. Now the headers, what that is if you want something to be centered, all right, and bolded, it doesn't have to be the header at the top of the column. It could be anything, because they don't, here in the alignment for the text, oh, they do have center. Okay, so the header is just going to be, it's just actually if you want the first row or the second row or everything to be the header, and all it does is it just centers it and bolds it, okay? Because you can't really, well, I guess you could bold it with this other. Anyway, that's what it is. So then the alignment, you can set, see, I think this is the alignment for the table itself, not the individual cells, okay? So anyway, we'll have to play around with that a little bit more. The cell spacing is how far apart the cells are from each other, all right? Cell padding is how much room there is, like around whatever it is that's in the cell, okay? So really all you really need to put in here is make sure the border is 1, and then how many other rows or columns you want. And then you could put a caption on it, which will just put a row of text underneath it. In this particular case, I didn't. You don't have to do that. Anyway, and then you click OK, and see, look what it did. This right here is what this was made out of, okay? And it just has once you get the table and everything the way that you want it, then you can go and just make the border be 0, and then you won't see the border anymore. Does that make sense? Okay, so basically I'll just recreate it. You just take, your text here, and you just put it in there, and they kind of, all the rows, the columns kind of readjust themselves, all right? And then see, this is a link right here. And how do you do that? Remember, it's the text, and then click this little thing, put the URL and all that in the target, all right? And then the picture, I'll put a picture in this one so you can see. Just come up here to the pictures. And then we got to go back over to Photo Bucket, and I'll just grab this Auto Trim Pro because that's what I have. And see, then you just take that, and then you just go Trim Pro. And you don't have to, it'll automatically put in the width and the height of the image. And like I said, you can make it smaller. I wouldn't make it bigger because then it'll get all pixely and stuff, right? So just try to upload the picture that's the size that you want it to use, and you'll be good. We don't need any horizontal space. These you can just leave blank, all right? A link, sure. I'll just have it go to my retail website. Set the target to new window, and then just click OK, and look at that. Isn't that great? So now, and you can copy these images too, copy and paste them if you want to. Okay, so now let me go ahead and save that. All right. You know what? See, there it is. Okay, so see, it's got this border around it, but you needed that because you needed to be able to see what you're, where you were clicking and stuff. So now let's get rid of that border. One. So you just select the table. And then you go into Table Properties, and now make this be 0, okay? and then save it, and then watch. Yay! Isn't that neat? So you can see that you really have, being able to know how to use these tables will give you a lot of control over the layout. Lisa has a question. Okay, in the beginning, if we do the initial fields, which are set up to create the blog, can I go back in to edit it? For example, I need it to be about the front end. Yes. Anytime we go back in and change anything in our blogs or in our About Me, you know, you submit it, and then it's got to go through that approval process again. So just do that. Just change it and then resubmit it, and then they'll just take a look at it and approve it again. Table for collages. Yes. All right. Any questions about images? I'm trying to think of any other little tips I would have. Oh, I do have a big tip. I have a tip. I don't know, because I use Photoshop, you know, and of course it has a really high learning curve, so I don't know if anybody has it. But one thing that you can use that is free, that I love, is PicMonkey. You guys, this is the coolest application. It's just PicMonkey, P-I-C and then monkey. And you go there. Has anybody tried this? PicMonkey? Watch what you can do with this. All right. So it's free. I think I upgraded it. I can't remember why, but it's free, you know. And then all you have to do is just go into Edit. Oh, okay. And then you have to pick a picture. There. All right, so what do I want to do? Let's see here. Let's just say that. Okay, here's a picture of a girl that has some mascara. Okay, check this out. You can crop it, all right, if you need to crop it, like, you know, Instagram or something. You know, anyway, everybody knows what cropping is. You can do that. You can, oh, this is really neat. It's got, like, Instagram filters in here that are really cool, if you want to use those. It's got a bunch of those. And then also has, check this out, fix blemishes, wrinkle remover, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I mean, there's no reason why pictures that we post, you know, we have to look bad in. Like, it'd be funny if, like, our before pictures were, like normal, and then on the after pictures we, like, got rid of wrinkles and stuff. That'd be funny. Okay. But also in here, you can put text. Look at all these pretty text that they have. And you can, you know, put the person's name or after, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And it's free. Okay. So now, oops, I have questions. Okay. All right, so there's that. So now, let's see here. So went over the pictures, went over the tables. All right, this next one is like a horizontal roll. So if you have like two separate areas in your blog post that you wanted to just, you know, sort of separate, you just click this. See that? It put that little line right there. You know, I mean, that could come in handy for something. All right. And then if you have like a something and you want to put in a certain little special symbol, that's what this is. So, you know, copyright mark, you know, we use some kind of weird letters sometimes in our product names, like mobility. So if you need those, you can grab them out of here. So those are special characters. This is kind of neat. While you're working in the word processor, you can make it go full screen. So you can see it better, which is probably what I should have been doing this whole time. But so there's that one. All right. And then the source is the HTML code, which, you know, even I probably won't be messed around in there because there's not any need to. I mean, you know, anybody that can use a word processor can use our little word processor thing, because this thing is, I mean, it's very full-featured and it's absolutely fabulous. Okay, but if you want to see what the source looks like, just out of curiosity, you can click on that. And then click on it again real quick because you don't want to look at that. All right. All right, and then this one is preview. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it did. Okay. I'm going to make this smaller again. Okay, so the preview, what that did was, yeah, cool. All right. So see, when you're working along, if you want to see what it really looks like, you can hit that preview button and take a look at it that way. All right. Oh, this is neat. Okay, there is a thing in here called templates, and I'll show you what that does. It's this one right here. So when you click on that, it says, okay, in your blog, do you want it to be just an image with a title and text that surrounds the image, or I don't know why they call this a strange template, but that's a template that defines 2 columns, each with a title and some text. So, you could try that. Let's try that one and see what that does. See how it looks right here? Let me see. See, and all this is just a table. It just put in a little table for you. And then if you want to see, let's see. If you want to see like where see, I messed up, so I'm going to use the undo. If you mess up, hit the undo. Anyway, so there's that, and then there's another one, I think. Let's see what that is. Just, a text. See how the table, oh, and then this is another little table you can use. All right. All right, and then, of course, all the rest of the stuff is, I'm just going to, okay, so all the formatting stuff, you can bold stuff, right? You can make stuff italicized. You can make stuff italicized and bold. Okay? You can make it underlined for emphasis. Oh, here's another thing you can do for emphasis that Terry will love. Check this out. Over here, this is the font color, and then this is the background color of the font. So right now I've got, black text on a white background. If you want to change the color of the words, you can do that here. You can also come in here and you have more options, all right? So let's take this one. All right, yay. But then you can also highlight certain things. So say there's something that you want like this right here. There are 7 ways to make money as a Saba associate. What if you wanted it to look like it was highlighted with a highlighter pen? Then you just go into this one and then choose, this yellow here and watch this. Oh, Terry's going to go crazy with that one. So it looks like that's highlighted, okay? I mean, you don't want to put a whole lot of this kind of stuff in there, but if you want to, you can. And that's kind of the neat thing about this whole thing is that, we want to keep it looking clean, probably, and we want it to, be able to just be able to communicate what it is that we want to tell everybody. But also, we have a means to be able to emphasize things by putting pictures in, highlighting things, making fonts different colors, making them bolder. You can also see this right here. I'm running a fabulous special right now. What if I want this to be bigger, like a bigger font? Well, you do that right here in the size. So this is probably like about a 14 point. So what if I wanted to make this big? then you can do it, all right? So, okay, and then also you can change the font face, and that's what this is. And, these are just the basic Windows fonts here. Whichever one you like is just sort of your preference. One thing I would suggest is that throughout your blog, you want to keep all your blog posts consistent. Pick a font and keep it that same font. For the majority of your of your blog posts, you could make like the titles a different font, but for the most part, you're going to just want to keep it clean, keep all the font in all your blogs, the same font face, emphasize your titles with a different size, okay, and make them be bold, of course, you can make them be a different color if you want to. That's kind of neat, but just make sure they're pretty, you don't want them to look like when somebody looks at it, you don't want them to be thinking, oh my gosh, what is all that, you want the things that you want to catch their eye, you want to catch their eye. We want people to know that there are 7 ways to make money. We want people to know that I'm having a fabulous special. Okay, so I'm going to save this. And then let's take a look at this. See, this is kind of there's too much going on here. All these colors and stuff, that's too much for me. But, that's the freedom that we have, is to do it however we want. So, all right. Okay, and then the next thing is a bold, if you wanted to do a strike through, you could do that. I don't know when you would ever want to do that, but you could. And then, here's, if you want to do a little subscript, which is a smaller font, beneath the size, or you could do superscript. Say you were, playing around with this and you had like a purple background and a fuchsia font, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's too much. I don't want to have all that. And all you have to do to get rid of the formatting is just highlight it and then click this right here. And what that'll do is it'll just make it be like the rest of the text in your blog post. See? All right, and then of course we've got the ability to put in numbered lists. So right now, these are bulleted. Right here is a bulleted list. So I put some extra spacing in between here, there. Okay, so this is a bulleted list, which, see how it indents the second line automatically. It just makes it look neater, rather than putting like a little dot there or something. And then you could do a numbered list, which is this one. Okay. And the next one is you can do a quote. Some of these, like I said, you'll probably never use, but just FYI, I'm telling you what they are. Great. A quote, what that does is it indents it and it puts it like a line in front of it. What you would use a quote for is maybe, if you have a picture and then you have, somebody's testimonial, that might be a good place to use it for that, because it puts it also in italics. So see, I want to keep that, so I'll just hit undo, and it went back to like it was. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So this text right here is aligned left, which means it's all up against the left side. But you can also, let me see. You can also align it to the center, okay? Then you can also align it to the right. And then it looks like you can also do it justified probably, which is justified is where everything goes up against the right-hand side. It looks very clean. It's not a great way to do your paragraphs in a blog post. You probably just want to stick for the most part with left aligned. But anyway, okay. So then now y'all know how to change the font type. Don't pick one, okay? Really, y'all pick one. Don't be changing those too much. And then you can hit the size. You know how to change the font color. You know how to, pretend like it's highlighted. Okay. Personalization codes. Y'all, these don't work, so don't even look at them. Okay. All right. So now you've got a title. You've done your blog post here. You have it all pretty, just like you want. You've been saving it. It's all ready to go, and now you're ready to publish it. All you have to do is just click Publish this post. When I click Save, and immediately what that does is it takes it and it submits it. I guess Danny's the main one that's approving all these right now. See mine? This is what it look like. this means that I have submitted it, but it hasn't been approved yet. So, and I had submitted it yesterday, so I don't know, maybe because the blogs are new, everybody's, submitting them and stuff. But anyway, or maybe she's got to get approval for some of the stuff I said. I don't know. But anyway, it hasn't been approved yet. So in the meantime, even though that one hadn't been, reviewed yet, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be doing more blog posts. And the really cool thing about this is, you could get a bunch of them in there if you had some extra time, get a bunch of them in there, and then, just get them approved ever so often, every couple of days is probably good, to do a blog post. I would say at least one time a week is going to be a good consistency to do them. But honestly, y'all, these blogs, you can do them as much or as little as you want. The main thing about it is that we get to communicate with our customers. And as they fix these things that I've sort of asked that maybe they could do that would, make it a better user experience for our customers, I'll be sure and let you know about those. Okay, let's see. Do you often do new posts? And if you do a new post, does it override a past post you created? See, I don't know yet, Lisa, because my second one hasn't been approved. I'm gonna say that it's absolutely not gonna override, though. That if I know, there's no way that could happen. See, that's the thing that I'm wondering about, because to me, it seems like we really, 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 really need to have categorization, so that, because this is going to be our little world here, you know what I mean? And we have a bunch of different things that we want to be talking about. So we need to be able to categorize them so that, if we send somebody to our blog for more information about our team, that they're not having to wade through, information about the mascara and, whatever else we happen to have felt like talking about that day. So hopefully they'll be able to do that. Hopefully they'll be able to do individual pages so that we can send people to a specific page. Because, if I have somebody that's interested in my in joining our team, yes, I want to be able to send them to just this one blog post, just this one that talks about how to join our team, because it's got the links to the enrollments, it's got the links to the compensation plan, it tells them about becoming a distributor in my own words. So we're going to really be working on that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to be like one big long thing, or what. But to answer your question, I'm sure that each new blog post is not going to override. I'm sure that they're all going to be on there somehow, but we'll know more about that. Thank you, Lisa. This is the water I swim in. Okay. Does anybody have any? Come here. Does anybody have any specific questions? Come here. At all? Whew. All right. Let me just take one little glance in here and just see if there's anything else. I think that one thing that I really want to be able to do is share these blog posts and be able to have our customers share these blog posts with their world. You know what I mean? So I want there to be able to be a Pinterest button. I want there to be a Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff on our blog posts, because that's how, things go viral. And, like if you share it with one of your friends and then they share, that's what we want. So I'm working with Danny on that. And because right now, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, right now, hold on. This right here, this is my one blog post that's been posted. This little share button right here, guess what? It doesn't work. So don't even try it. I'll show you what it does. You click on it. And it, instead of sharing this blog post, it just shares the main mysabanews.com, and that's not going to work because that's anyway, and it should show like a thumbnail from our post. And anyway, so don't do that, y'all. But anyway, as we learn more about this, you can bet that I will tell you. And anyway, if y'all don't have any more questions, yay! I hope this has been helpful. And like I said, I have this recorded, and I'll post it so that y'all can see it. And then I can't wait to see everybody's blog post. Oh, my gosh. All right. Thanks, y'all, very much, and y'all have a wonderful evening.